July 10th, 2021. Going to give you guys an update on the outside of the house here. We've made a lot of progress on the outside. Got a little onlooker in the window there, keeping an eye on things. We just finished painting all of the siding on the outside of the house here. I went with a very dark gray. I don't know how it's showing up on the video. It was Blackjack by Benjamin Moore. We still need to do some touch up on some of the white, namely around the soffits and things like that. I got a little bit of overspray from the paint sprayer that I used to do the siding. But wrapped that up a couple weeks ago here. Just finished putting a couple things on the front. We did some new, more modern house numbers. There were some old, really cheap plastic ones on the house before. So we did these cool metal ones that are on the side of the door there. Still need to paint the front door out. But the big project that I've been working on the last couple weekends is I have taken down the wrought iron columns that were on the front of the house. They were really just decorative. They probably held a little bit of weight from the trusses, but they were rotting out and rusting out rather, and really breaking apart and not doing anything. So I replaced them with structural 4x4s that I braced out, and I've been wrapping in a PVC material. It comes in 4x8 sheets like plywood, and I've been ripping it down into panels and cutting them to fit around the beam that goes across the front of the house here. If you come over to the fourth one I'm in the middle of doing, you can see how I've been doing it. These are the panels that I've been ripping down. I've got a little rip jig built up that I can rip this pretty easily even off the 4x8 sheets. That you can see that I put 4x4 braces in here, and then I've padded those out to the dimensions of the box that we wanted to build, and I've just finished putting two of the sides on here. It's PVC cementing up right now before I do the other two sides. So I wanted to give you guys a look while I'm in the middle of it so you can see how that was done here. I've got a couple things around the back that we can show as well here. So one thing I did was we had a very, very old bathroom vent fan in this laundry room and bathroom that was right here. It was actually a wall fan that was right about here. And it let in tons and tons of cold air in the winter. It was also just caked with dust and probably original to the house and just in poor shape. So I put a ceiling vent fan in and actually ran it out through the old dryer ducting that came out at that part of the house here. So now it's built into the ceiling, way more efficient, way quieter. Made sure to get that done before I painted so I could kind of blend that in and seal that up pretty well there. You can also see the old wrought iron columns that I took down here. If you look at the bottoms of some of these, you can really see just how much rust was on some of these. The little brackets that kind of held it on were breaking off pretty bad. I probably could have kicked one or two of them out if I tried. They weren't really holding on by much. The other thing that I've made a lot of progress on is my vegetable garden down here. That's coming in pretty well right now. Some of the tomatoes just started fruiting about a week ago. So those are starting to come in. Got some heirloom tomatoes here that should be fruiting pretty soon. And there's some small, call them tidy treats, little small like cherry tomatoes coming in there. Quite a few of them are coming in. And I've got Roma tomatoes coming in over here. There's a couple that just started in the last few days there. In the bigger raised garden that I built here, this is going to be a pickling cucumber. It's going nuts right now. Fruit hasn't started, but the vining has gone pretty well there. Around it are a whole bunch of peppers. I've got some jalapenos that are starting to come in now. So you can see them, they're kind of down in there. I think there's 2 or 3 that have started to come in. And there's a handful of serranos that are coming up right now too. I've also got a red pepper and a habanero. The habanero is growing very, very slowly, so we'll see if that does any good here. This next row is ruby red cabbage. So these are coming in real big right now. Those need a few more months to harvest, but they're blooming real well with the leaves here. The lettuce is already about done for the season. I trimmed a lot of it back. It started, they call it bolting. It starts to grow vertical, which is not really what it's supposed to do. But I got a few salads out of it, so that was useful. This is graffiti cauliflower. It's a purple cauliflower. This is doing pretty well here. I don't know when that's supposed to be harvestable. And the last row are Brussels sprouts. These have a ways to go before they're ready. It's looking like I got some kind of a bug issue I got to tackle here. Something is eating these things. I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of pesticide to keep them out. I don't know what that is. That seems to have come in the last week or so. But that's progress on the garden and the rest of the outside of the house. Haven't done a whole lot on the inside lately. Paint is going to happen in some of the rooms soon. We're going to be painting the bedroom and the trim and the window that's in there probably in the next week or so. Trying to get it ready for people to actually stay in our house, because right now we're still not fully unpacked and the guest room's not set up, but we're getting there. Should be ready to host some people soon.